We have big NHL news from the NHL Waiver Wire today with players from the Chicago Blackhawks, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Colorado Avalanche on waivers. Some interesting names. Will they be picked up? We'll discuss the options coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some pretty substantial news from the NHL Waiver Wire. Of course, we found out late last night, and then depending on which, I guess, where you're getting your reports, some reports were out last night, and then the Elliot Friedman 32 Thoughts podcast this morning confirmed that the Blackhawks will be placing veteran forward Andreas Athanasiou on waivers today, which did indeed come to fruition. Of course, Athanasiou probably not getting picked up, though. He's making $4.25 million. He's one of those players that the Blackhawks overpaid to remain as one of the veterans on that rebuilding team. They have a few guys like that there's no way they would have got that kind of money elsewhere. Athanasiou was limited to, I think, 28 games last year, put up 8 or 9 points, wasn't fantastic. This year he's appeared in 5 or 6 games with 0 points, not really producing like he used to. At one point he scored 30 goals. I think he had a couple seasons where he was either scored 20 or was on pace for 20 with less games. He's got terrific elite level speed, and it's just not getting the job done in Chicago. So we'll see what happens. But that contract, even though he is a pending unrestricted free agent, it's pretty doubtful that he gets picked up. I know there's certainly some good prospects in the Blackhawks organization playing in their AHL franchise right now that could maybe benefit from having an experienced, speedy winger to play with, like Nazar, for example. So we'll see what happens with Athanasiou, but more than likely he clears, I would suspect, and most likely goes down to the minors. Now, the other two I can see being a decent option here for pickup. I mean, the Toronto Maple Leafs have placed veteran defenseman Matt Benning on waivers. Now, Benning, of course, was picked up from the San Jose Sharks in the Timothy Liljegren trade, but he's yet to make an appearance with Toronto. He had played in 7 games for San Jose, not putting up any points, but he's not really known for that. He's more of a defensive stay-at-home type defenseman. Right shot. He's obviously get a decent amount of experience. I would think that we've heard enough rumors of teams looking out there for help on defense, especially with the right shot. He's not making a crazy amount of money. He doesn't have a long-term contract. And clearly, we know that the Leafs were trying to do right by him and find him some playing time. Pretty well since he's been picked up, it was pretty clear that he most likely wasn't going to be in their plans. I wondered at some point if they might get him into a game or two just to try to let him showcase himself, maybe pick up some interest. But there has been speculation that they've been trying to trade him and find a new home for him where he can get more opportunity. And that really obviously hasn't materialized to the point that they wanted to do a deal. Sometimes teams don't really want to take something back, and other teams kind of insist on it. So that's why sometimes deals don't come together. There's sometimes interest in a player, because there was even talk about betting in San Jose from 2 or 3 other teams that we had discussed here on the channel before that deal went down with the Leafs and Liljegren. So I have no doubt there's other teams that would consider it, and I wouldn't be shocked if he gets picked up. Now, the other interesting name there today is the Avalanche replaced goaltender Kaapo Kähkönen on waivers. Kähkönen, of course, was picked up earlier this year. Since he's been there in Colorado, I think Georgiev has certainly improved a bit, and then we've seen Noonan also play very well. The Avalanche have kind of got themselves back on track, obviously after a rough start. So the crowded crease, creates a situation where they need to make decisions, and certainly it's pretty obvious that Kähkönen was going to be the odd man out when everybody's healthy and everybody's playing at a decent level here. So we know there's definitely teams out there looking for goaltending help. I mean, Kähkönen's not going to wow you with the most amazing stats, but he is capable and serviceable. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, all 3 of these players have, NHL talent, but at the same time, like Athanasiou's contract probably going to prevent a pickup. But Benning and Kähkönen not making a ton of money, not no term really. I can see where they could help other teams. Now, you never know. Maybe all 3 players clear and they can get reassigned, but it wouldn't be shocking at all to see at least 1, maybe 2 of these players picked up. And we'll find out at noon Eastern time tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts on these waiver claims. What are some teams you think would be, smart to put in a claim and pick these guys up. A number of teams out there. I kind of wonder when it comes to right shot D about a team like Edmonton. We've been mentioning them forever. At the same time, though, does he really fit the exact description of what they want? Not perfectly, but it's a free claim, right? So you have to see where it goes. And Kinan, there's teams out there looking for help on goaltending that are struggling. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll discuss further. I'll be back a little bit later with some more recaps of the rest of the news and rumors around the NHL today as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.